The distress signal hit our monitoring station at exactly 0400 hours, and I, Commander Vrell of the Krynthian Defense Network, nearly choked on my morning nutrient paste. Sir, my subordinate, Junior Officer Tox, practically tripped over his own tentacles rushing to my station. We have an emergency broadcast from Sector 9. The Vazarii Collective. They are attacking the mining colony on Helion Prime. I set my paste aside with a sigh that could have powered a small starship. The Vazarii. Of course it was the Vazarii. Those genocidal maniacs had terrorized the Outer Rim for decades, and the Galactic Council had done precisely nothing about it except hold meetings and issue strongly worded statements. How many ships? I asked, already knowing the answer would be bad. 43 warships, sir. The colonists have maybe 6 hours before complete annihilation. I pulled up the tactical display, watching angry red dots converge on Helion Prime like predators circling wounded prey. The colony housed roughly 12,000 civilians, miners, mostly. Families. The Vazarii did not take prisoners. Send the distress call on all channels. I ordered, though hope was not exactly flooding my 3 hearts. Every species, every fleet, every defense force within range. Tox's eye stalks drooped. Sir, with respect, nobody is coming. The Vazarii terrify everyone. The council will debate for weeks while those people die. Just send it, Tox. He did. I watched the signal pulse outward through space, a desperate scream into the void. Responses trickled in within minutes, and they were about as useful as a solar sail in a black hole. The Thalaxian Empire sent regrets. Military exercises. Terribly sorry. The Morphid clans cited engine troubles. The Yundari Federation promised to bring the matter before Parliament next cycle. Cowards. Every last one of them. I was about to shut down the comm station and start composing death notifications when Tox made a sound I had never heard before, somewhere between a squeak and a wheeze. Sir, we have a response. I sighed. Let me guess. More excuses? No, sir. His voice had gone strangely high. It's from Earth. I blinked. All 3 eyes. Earth? That backwater planet that joined the Council 5 years ago? The ones who still use kinetic weapons like barbarians. Yes, sir. They say, and I quote, got your distress call. Fleet en route. Hang tight. I stared at the message. Read it again. Then a 3rd time. They're sending their fleet? To fight the Vazarii? A hysterical laugh bubbled up. Those insane primates are going to get themselves slaughtered. How far out are they? Tox checked his display, then checked it again. His skin cycled through 3 stress colors. Sir, according to sensors, they're already here. Already. I snapped. Earth is 16 light years away. Even with top-tier quantum drives, that should take days. Yes, sir. I am aware of basic physics, sir, but sensors show ships exiting faster than light travel at the edge of the Helion system. Lots of ships. Oh, stars above, so many ships. I shoved past him to the console. The tactical display struggled to categorize the arrivals. 20 ships. 50. 100. 200. This is impossible, I muttered. Earth barely has a fleet. Last report said 30 warships, most converted merchant vessels. Sir, visual feeds are coming online. The main screen lit up, and my blood ran cold. The human ships were nothing like standard galactic design. Where most species favored sleek elegance, humans had apparently decided aesthetics were optional. Blocky, angular, buried under armor thick enough to shrug off meteors. And guns. So many guns. Railguns. Missile pods. Point defense grids. Energy weapons I couldn't even identify. These ships weren't built for diplomacy. They were built to kill. Tactical analysis? I croaked. Tox's tentacles flew across the console. Their lead vessel, the Relentless, is outputting energy signatures 3 times higher than our heaviest dreadnought. And sir, that's just one ship. They brought 247 vessels. 16 carrier class. 83 destroyer equivalents. The rest, I honestly don't have classifications for. A comm channel opened without permission. Human technology, I was learning, did not wait. A human female appeared on screen. Short dark hair, eyes that suggested she had seen combat, and perhaps enjoyed it a bit too much. This is Admiral Reyna Cole of the Terran Defense Force. We received your distress call regarding Helion Prime. Identify yourself. I straightened. Commander Vrell, Krynthian Defense Network. Admiral, with all due respect, the The Vazarii have 43 warships. They are some of the most vicious fighters in known space. You don't have to. Commander Vrell, she interrupted, clearly amused. We got your call. We're here. That's what we do. Now, do you have current tactical data on the Vazarii? Yes, but... Excellent. Transmitting our battle plan. You might want to clear your ships out. Things are about to get loud. The channel closed. I looked at Tox. Tox looked at me. Sir, he asked quietly, are the humans insane? I reviewed the battle plan. My jaw dropped. Yes, Tox. Yes, I believe they are completely insane. Moments later, the human fleet surged into Helion space, and the Vazarii were about to learn a very important lesson about Earth. You do not mess with humanity's neighbors. The Vazarii fleet commander, a hulking brute named Karath, had been having an excellent day right up until the moment his sensor officer started screaming. I know this because we intercepted their communications. The humans had generously provided us with decryption codes, which raised several uncomfortable questions about Earth's intelligence capabilities that I decided to worry about later. Commander Karath, the sensor officer shrieked, panic bleeding into every syllable. Multiple contacts exiting hyperspace. Dozens of ships. No, hundreds. I have never seen signatures like these. What species? Karath snarled. Has the Council finally grown a spine? Negative, sir. Identification codes confirm. Earth. There was a pause. A long one. Then Karath laughed, a wet, gurgling sound that made my skin crawl even through the audio feed. Earth? Those pathetic apes? How many ships did they bring? 5. 10. He chuckled. This will be entertaining. All vessels, disengage from the colony. Let us welcome these primitives properly. Admiral Cole's voice cut across every channel, calm as if she were ordering lunch. Vazarii vessels. This is Admiral Reyna Cole of the Terran Defense Force. You are ordered to cease all hostile actions against Helion Prime and surrender immediately. You have 30 seconds to comply. Karath roared with laughter. Or what, human? Bore us to death with outdated weapons? We have 43 warships. You are outnumbered. 29 seconds, Cole replied evenly. I will mount your skull on my flagship. 15 seconds. You cannot seriously believe. Time's up, Cole said. All ships, weapons free. Show them what Earth brings to a gunfight. What followed will likely be studied in military academies for the next 1,000 years. The human fleet ignored every standard galactic combat doctrine. No cautious maneuvering. No defensive formations. They examined the rules of space warfare and apparently decided they were optional. They charged. 247 warships accelerated to combat speeds that should not have been physically possible, closing the distance before the Vazarii could even react. Then the universe became violence. Railguns hurled projectiles at near-relativistic speeds. Missiles twisted like living creatures, dancing through point defense fire. Energy weapons sliced through Vazarii shields as if they barely existed. And some weapons, some horrors, I still cannot identify. Devices that made space itself seem to scream. Sir. Tox clung to the tactical display, his voice climbing in pitch. The human ship Relentless just rammed a Vazarii cruiser. The cruiser detonated. The Relentless is already engaging another target. They rammed it. I stared in disbelief. That should have destroyed both vessels. Apparently not, sir. Human armor appears excessive. The Relentless is barely damaged. The Vazarii fought back. To their credit, they tried. Veterans of countless conquests, they unleashed everything they had. It was not enough. Where the Vazarii expected retreats, the humans advanced. Where doctrine demanded caution, the humans fought like every strike was personal, like they were not merely defending a colony, but settling a score written into their bones. Karath's flagship absorbed simultaneous fire from 6 human destroyers. I watched its shields fail, its hull rupture. Escape pods scatter into space. All Vazarii ships retreat. Karath screamed, all arrogance gone. We cannot fight these demons. Retreat to hyperspace. The humans did not allow it. You came here to erase a colony, Admiral Cole said coldly. To murder 12,000 civilians. We do not allow that. You want to run? You should have thought of that earlier. Human carriers launched their fighters. Hundreds of them. Small. Fast. Lethal. They swarmed the fleeing Vazarii ships like enraged insects. Point defense systems failed under the sheer volume and speed. 17 minutes later, it was over. 43 Vazarii warships, reduced to debris. The human fleet had lost none. Damaged? Yes. Scarred hulls and scorched armor marked several ships. But not a single human vessel was destroyed. I sat frozen in my command chair. Sir, Tox whispered. What just happened? I believe, I said slowly. We just learned why Earth joined the Galactic Council. They were never seeking protection. They were offering it. Admiral Cole reappeared on our screen, utterly unfazed. Commander Vrell, Helion Prime is secure. Medical teams and engineers are en route. Do you require further assistance? No, Admiral. That will be more than sufficient. I have never witnessed anything like this. She smiled, and it was not a comforting smile. On Earth, Commander, we have a rule. Nobody messes with our friends. Helion Prime called. We answered. That's what neighbors do. But the risk, I said. You could have lost ships. Lives. Could have, she agreed. Didn't. We train for this. We prepare for this. And when someone threatens innocent people, we respond. Simple. She called annihilating a fleet simple. The Vazarii will retaliate, I warned. They will return with larger forces. Cole's smile widened. Good. Saves us the effort of tracking them down. You may want to inform the Council that Earth will begin Outer Rim patrols. With or without permission. The channel closed. Tox stared at me. Sir, I think the galaxy just changed. He was right. Within a week, 17 species requested Earth's protection. Within a month, the Vazarii Collective surrendered unconditionally. Within a year, human warships were a common sight across known space. As for me, I received a commendation for exceptional wisdom. Wisdom. I called it desperation and luck. But I learned a lesson that day, one the galaxy would never forget. When humans say they have your back, they mean it. Even if it requires flying 16 light years, deploying 247 warships, and utterly obliterating anyone foolish enough to threaten their friends. The galaxy had been searching for heroes. Turns out, they were on Earth all along, just waiting for someone to ask. If this story entertained or taught you something, please like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us grow and bring you more stories like this. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.